In the heart of Asia lies a nation shrouded in mystery, a kingdom sealed off from the modern world. This is North Korea, a country where the state's control is absolute, and every aspect of life is meticulously choreographed. But beneath this rigid surface, a quiet rebellion is stirring. This is the story of control, resistance, and a silent revolution happening in the most isolated country on Earth. Imagine a place where your destiny is sealed at birth, a place where escape is a dream few dare to entertain. Welcome to Camp 14. This is not just a prison. It is a total control zone, a political penal labor colony from which almost no one has ever escaped. Here, generations are born into bondage, taught that they are sinners paying for the alleged crimes of their ancestors. Their world is defined by starvation, brutal labor, and a complete absence of human rights. The stories that leak out from places like Camp 14 paint a harrowing picture of the state's ultimate tool of repression. It serves as a terrifying warning to the entire population. Dissent will not be tolerated, and its consequences will echo through your bloodline. But control in North Korea extends far beyond the barbed wire of its prison camps. It's woven into the very fabric of daily life, a subtle yet annealing architecture of power. It begins with your appearance. The state prescribes a list of approved hairstyles for men and women. This isn't about fashion. It's about conformity, erasing individuality to reinforce the collective. Unapproved styles are seen as a sign of bourgeois influence, a visual rebellion that is quickly stamped out by patrols. Your look is not your own, it belongs to the state. Then there's the control of information. In North Korea, there is no internet as we know it. There is only a state-controlled intranet, a walled garden of propaganda. Radios are fixed to receive only government stations. Foreign media, movies, music, books are contraband, smuggled in at great risk. The regime understands that information is power. By creating a vacuum filled only with its own narrative of greatness and eternal threat from the outside world, it seeks to mold the minds of its citizens from birth, ensuring loyalty through ignorance. Your movement is also restricted. To travel from one town to another, you need a permit, a document that is often difficult to obtain. The population is anchored to their designated place of residence, preventing the free exchange of ideas and experiences that might challenge the official narrative. This control over movement atomizes society, making organized resistance nearly impossible. You are a prisoner not in a camp, but in your own province, your own city. And at the core of this entire system is the Songbun. This is North Korea's hereditary caste system, a classification of every citizen based on the perceived political loyalty of their ancestors. It divides the population into three main groups: the loyal core class, the wavering class, and the hostile class. Your Songbun determines everything: where you can live, what job you can have, the quality of your education, and even the amount of food you receive. It is a birthright you cannot change, a life sentence passed down through generations, ensuring the elite remain in power while the hostile class is permanently marginalized. For decades, this intricate web of control seemed unbreakable. But in the 1990s, a devastating famine swept across the land. The state-run distribution system collapsed, and the government could no longer feed its people. Faced with starvation, a primal instinct for survival took over. This was the birth of the Jangmadang. These are black markets, which began as small, spontaneous gatherings of people desperate to trade household goods for a bit of food. Women, in particular, became the unlikely pioneers of this grassroots capitalism. What started as an act of desperation soon blossomed into a nationwide phenomenon. The Jangmadang evolved from simple barter stalls into bustling markets where you could find almost anything if you had the cash. Food, clothes, electronics, and most importantly, forbidden information. These markets became the primary source of survival for millions of North Koreans, creating a parallel economy outside of the state's control. The government has tried to crack down on them, but it's too late. The Jangmadang has become essential, and with the trade of goods came the trade of ideas. USB sticks and SD cards, small enough to be easily hidden, became the Trojan horses of a cultural invasion. Loaded with South Korean dramas, Hollywood movies, and world news, they are smuggled across the border and circulated through the market networks. For the first time, ordinary North Koreans are getting a glimpse of the world outside, a world of freedom, prosperity, and self-expression. They see people choosing their own clothes, their own careers, their own leaders. This influx of information is planting a seed of doubt, chipping away at the decades of propaganda. This is the silent revolution. It's not a revolution of guns and banners in the streets. It's a revolution of the mind, taking place in the privacy of people's homes. It's led by ordinary citizens, the market ladies, the young people hungry for culture, the smugglers risking their lives to bring in information. They are not political activists in the traditional sense. They are survivors, entrepreneurs, and quiet dissenters who are, step by step, reclaiming their economic and mental freedom. This slow-burning change is creating a new generation of North Koreans. A generation that has tasted a sliver of economic independence through the markets. A generation whose worldview is shaped not just by state propaganda, but by the dramas and films they watch in secret. They are learning about a different way of life, and with that knowledge comes aspiration. The state-esque narrative of a socialist paradise besieged by enemies is becoming harder and harder to believe when a smuggled USB stick shows a world of dazzling opportunity and freedom just across the border. The North Korean regime now faces a dilemma it cannot easily solve. To shut down the markets would risk another famine and widespread unrest. But to let them thrive is to allow the erosion of its own power. Every transaction, every smuggled film, every whispered conversation about the outside world loosens the state's grip just a little bit more. The future of North Korea is uncertain. The regime's control is still immense, and its capacity for brutality remains. But the seeds of change have been sown. The silent revolution is underway, driven not by an army, but by the unstoppable human desire for a better life. And it shows that even in the most oppressive places on earth, the spirit of freedom can never be completely extinguished. Thank you for watching. If you found this story compelling, please consider subscribing to our channel for more deep divings into the world we live in. Your support helps us continue to tell these important stories. See you next time.